Hi everyone, welcome. Newcastle Fans TV. We're going to be talking about the under-23s today. Now, as you all know, that's one of the major priorities that I've made this year on the channel, is to be covering the under-23s. And I didn't have the chance to do the game last Friday when we won dramatically 4-3 against Stoke because we had so many videos lined up for the Spurs fixture. But we played last night as well, so I thought we'll do a double header. So, so we won 4-3 against Stoke, which was absolutely fantastic last week. We're 3-2 down. And remember, we're playing away from home at this point, thanks to goals by Liam Smith, Luke Charman, and then both substitutes Mo Sangare and Owen Gallagher find the score sheet. So Newcastle 3-2 down, went on to win the game 4-3 last Friday. Very entertaining opening league fixture. And remember, Newcastle in the Premier League 2, and Newcastle controlled very early on. And 3 points in the bag, you can't go wrong with that, So good to see with strikers and obviously the substitutes coming off as well, grabbing some goals as well. Last night, when Newcastle went to West Brom, again away from home, and absolutely scored 4 again, smashed West Brom. This time we kept a clean sheet. We won 4-0. This is how we lined up. So it was again the usual 4-2-3-1 formation. It was Paul Woolston in goal. Jamie Sterry, good to see him back, getting 45 minutes. He was replaced by Owen Bailey at half time. Yarney and Good in the middle. Was replaced by O'Connor at half time. Cameron at left back had a brilliant game. Hunter and Barlaser, who controlled the midfield in the deep line, 2 midfield positions. And then in the 3 attacking roles, you had Smith, Liam Smith, Callum Smith, and then again Luke Charman up top. So that was the formation. So as I mentioned before, the first team mirrors it down to the 23s, the 4-2-3-1. And Newcastle ran into a 3-0 win, a 3-0 half-time lead, pretty comfortable. They got off to a great start just after 15 minutes when Kyle Cameron, who was playing at left back, he curled one in, beautiful after getting laid off by Callum Smith. He grabbed assist as well, Kyle Cameron as well. He crossed it in for Charman, who controlled it, finished really nicely. And then Spooner got his first ever goal for the under-23s as well. So Newcastle went into half-time 3-0 up, controlling it. Pretty easy evening's work for the lads. 4th goal was scored by Owen Bailey. He come on half time, as I mentioned, for Jamie Sterry. He's looking a real threat from set pieces, I have to say, because he scored a double against Ashton in pre-season. He scored again, so it's a threat that we could use for the under-23s. He scored in the 75th minute, heading home Dan Barlaser, who we all praised massively on this channel, his free kick. And Newcastle 4-0, pretty comfortable. Kyle Cameron got an assist, Charman's got 2 and 2, Barlaser and Hunter look solid in midfield. Newcastle have got a lot of options in goal and at the back as well, so there's plenty of options for Peter Beards as well. And there was no Fernandez, there was no El Marni playing as well, so even the tricksters weren't playing there. Newcastle now second in the league. Let's have a look at the league table. They're only missing out just on literally goal difference. That's all it is. Champions obviously go up, so if you come first in the division, you go up automatically. And then if you finish between 2nd and 5th, you'll go in the playoffs like Newcastle did last year. But unfortunately, we got beat off West Ham in the final at St James's Park. I was there. It wasn't a horrible experience. Absolutely horrible. Next up for the under-23s is Middlesbrough. Again, away from home. Newcastle will start playing at home, so don't worry. So that's away. Middlesbrough have also won 2 from 2, so it's going to be a good atmosphere down Middlesbrough on next Friday coming up, for the game on that one. So if you do want to head down, it's not that far to travel. So that is the under-23 coverage, and obviously we'll bring you some more news on the under-23s next week. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye.